I'm addicted. Man, dude, I have Spotify, right? And I never used I haven't used the full benefits of searching all the songs and everything. But man, I went on like a 90s and a 2000 like rock, like whole rock thing. And man, it's pretty tight. It feels good.
Dude, those are the best times for music, man. I don't even know what music is anymore. Except Tekken tunes.
I've actually been doing a music podcast for Seg for a while. I'm like 15 volumes in now, and like I stream it with the tape bus. So if you a sub, I literally supposed to do 2 of them a week, and you can only hear them live if you're like coming in my Discord and are sub. So I do those live for the subs, and I run everything. Yeah, it's actually sick. Like people legit be like, man, you got some really good music taste. I was like, oh, I'm glad you guys like it. That shit is sick, dude.
Yeah, you were bumping some tracks on the way back from Six Flags that one time. I remember that.
I'm telling you, man, that shit's fun, man.
I gotta get that playlist, Steve. I gotta get it.
Hey, real talk, I'll send it to you. I'll send that shit to you. I got some I'm telling you, bro, it's all vibes.
Send it over.
Oh, yeah.
Do it.
All right, I think we're just about ready, guys. Oh, we'll bring it in.
It's been a minute.
It has been a minute.
Are we ready?
Ooh, are they ready? Are we ready?
Are you ready?
My
to
body
rock?
is ready. All right. Here we go. Welcome, guys, to episode number 40 of BOOMcast. You guys are joined with me, MYK. Got Suiken downstairs, Rip to my left over here, technically my right, and then we have Steve down there. How's it going, guys?
What's up, y'all? What's good?
Oh my God.
Good, man? How you guys are doing, man?
Doing great. We got some new announcements, right?
We got some godlike fucking announcements. I haven't even discussed this with the homies yet, like the taste buds or anything. I literally, because I just have not had time to like stream and talk about it, but we got some dope ass announcements. It's actually Kunimitsu. He said in the fucking video, he's like, I thought everybody was going to get it like right away. I was like, what? Everybody
I thought it was too obvious, though. You know,
I thought so too. Yeah, I thought so too. It was way too obvious, right?
Like they were dropping
Kunimitsu.
Akuma, Geese Howard, Noctis. We're like, what? Kunimitsu? That's normal ass shit, you know, in comparison.
Right. Yeah, we also got the trailer here. If you guys haven't heard, over this past weekend on Saturday, Lord Michael Murray and Harada had a latest information stream coming out from them. Right here, season 4, latest information. They also have the whole VOD up on YouTube on their official channel, Bandai Namco Esports. But along with that announcement, we had that new character reveal, Lord Kunimitsu. So what do you guys think? We just got an announcement that Kunimitsu herself is not the original Kunimitsu. You know, the first part of this trailer, when they initially showed her, they showed the old school Kunimitsu with like the double ponytail hairstyle, right? So this is old school Kunimitsu. And then later on in the trailer, we see the newer Kunimitsu 2, technically.
Yeah, because they gave her like the customization of the old one, right?
Yeah.
I think that's what they said.
Yeah. They said they have like classic Kunimitsu as well as like the new design, which kind of makes sense because they do now like dual designs, and like it has the updated design where you can do like without the mask too, which is also like that's really sick. Like I like these. One of the things that I feel like other like fighting games are doing there, like they can't do customization per se, so they're doing like outfits now. I feel like this is the next level of that, where you can like kind of choose like bits and pieces that you want on them, and even if they kind of did like a secret code shit where you know like you can have,
Oh, dude, I miss those days. Hell yeah.
That shit would be sick. Like if they did that, that'd be sick. I still feel like they're missing out. Like remember in Tekken 4 when they had the characters, like they had the casual dress down mode, like you had Paul with the hair down, and then you had battle.
Dude, accidentally selecting that outfit in the arcades because they were corresponding with the buttons, right? With the face buttons, right? And I was just like, the first time I had like a secret outfit from like a character, I was like, oh shit, that's sick. 2 is a different outfit. They get this freaking spaceman Ganryu outfit. Law becomes immigration law. Like that shit was tight.
We need watermelon bikini Kuni, dude.
Dude, press 2?
You know they're probably gonna have it. You know it. There's so many bikinis already.
It's a bikini thing. They literally have like the swimsuit thing. Like if she doesn't have the watermelon bikini, that's just a wasted opportunity.
It's coming, dude. It's got to be.
It was in Tag 2. It was in Tag 2.
Exactly.
You think?
I didn't even know that. That's sick.
That was her swimsuit outfit in Tag 2. But yeah, good stuff. Kunimitsu is back. She has some little bit of extra flair, as I see in this trailer right now. She has two swords like Yoshimitsu, right?
Hold up. I was just thinking about something. If she's wearing a bikini, watermelon bikini, is it like her mom's bikini she's wearing?
We don't need to get into all that.
Way too hard, bro.
Dude, I'm thinking about it. Like, wait a minute. Like, can you imagine being Cootie's mom and say, I'm passing down my sword and everything? Oh, and you can wear this bikini too. Like,
The boys love it.
This is the easy answer. Are you wearing your dad's bikinis? Are you wearing your dad's swim trunks? Are you telling me? Is that what you're telling me right now, Suiken?
Oh,
no.
You
That's
hopping in
gross.
school with granddad pants? No.
Why would I be wearing it right now?
I'm just saying in general, bro. I'm just saying when the swimming chance comes up, bro. That's all I'm saying.
Knowing Suiken, I think it's likely, dude.
Yes,
Like, you can't put it past him.
I'm wearing a Speedo.
Fantastic.
I like how Steve put his hand over his mouth like he's ready.
That was to stop the vomit, you gross ass old man.
Oh man, take it away, Mike.
Yeah, so what do you guys think about the new Kunimitsu with like the double sword? Like Harada and Michael Murray were explaining the lore about the swords too.
Yeah.
Like that was kind of cool too. I forgot the names already. It was some like complex Japanese name. I have no idea. Yeah, and one of them's like a red sword, or I'm colorblind, so you guys have to help me. Like it's like one looks like a flame sword, and it looks like some Sekiro shit. The other one looks like some fucking divine paper sword or whatever, right? I'm just
I call it the Bloods and Crips swords because one's red and one's blue. Literally was.
You can't do that, man. You can't go. You can't call it the blood.
I'm from the street, Steve. Come on, cut me a break here.
I'll let you have it then. You go right
Look,
ahead.
I mean, I think the thing that was interesting to me about the whole thing was they really said multiple times that she's not going to play like a traditional Tekken character, and that's the part that stuck out to me because I don't know what that means, right? It's either she's got like a 2D jump, does she have meter, or does she have some kind of mechanic? And they talked about the weapon so much, I feel like that's the mechanic. So are her weapons like Claudio Starburst, where she only gets access to the weapons after certain things?
Ooh.
Can you knock it out of her hand like Cody style? Or is it like Maya from KI, where she can throw it and then she loses, she's got to pick it up again? Like, I have no idea.
Or what if it's like a rage drive, different mode install, like Kazuya Devil Form or something, like shit like that? I was like, dude, they could. I'm surprised that there's only one character that has that, right? Rage Art Cancel for Paul, only one. There's only one, other use for rage drive other than the characters that have two rage drives, right? Kazuya actually has a transfer fucking nation, right? Like Kunimitsu busts out the double swords and they're lit up like it's Soul Calibur, like fucking like the activation Soul Charge or whatnot.
Damn, imagine she has a soul charge. She's acting a Soul Calibur character.
Because like she never had.
They're using the sound effect, the like actual cut sound effects. That sounds very Soul Calibur. Like the noise that they use, it sounds very similar. I mean, obviously it's the same, company, so they might be recycling, but like just that sound and like NYK said, like the way that they're using like it to kind of make her different. I think the new mechanic might be her kunai. I think she might have kunai and be a more expanded on character in that sense. Like and I think that weapon thing is legit too. I think like her being able to drop weapons or not being able to have access with them is going to be a thing. Like maybe an extra hit or an extension. And on said didn't they say something about it having to be like leveled up or something?
I don't know if they did they?
I thought they did. I watched the video twice now. They said something about like the different like levels of moves, but I could be wrong.
I think I do remember something like that. So I think they said like they have access to more powered up versions of her moves. I think that's what they said.
Right.
So that's why when they said that, I thought like
install,
is that meter?
dude.
Is that like an EX version of the move?
Rage drive install.
I mean, to me, it sounds like you get to be able to switch from 3 different styles: one specific weapon, a second specific weapon, and no weapons at all, right? And how I heard it was that the more they use a specific weapon, that weapon powers up. But if they switch weapons, they lose the power up on that weapon. Do you know what I mean? So like they have to commit. It's a give and take. And then you also see Noctis Forward 2 throw in the game. And I was looking at some also Yoshimitsu Soul Calibur attacks, and they flame kind of like similar to how she flames when she's attacking.
It could just be like a hit spark animation for her, right? Or certain moves just have those sparks on those swords. Like we don't know. It's like that's what I was about to say too. She never had a 2D jump before, but this is the first game with the 2D style jump. So maybe I don't know. Noctis has one. I don't know why. It's like his is practically useless.
Who?
Noctis.
Noctis.
Yeah,
No,
it's just weird because the fact that they said like she doesn't play like a traditional Tekken character, that's what made me start thinking outside the box. Like, what does that mean? You know, like what? Because a 2D jump is obviously something that I could relate to, not a traditional Tekken character.
And even in Tag 2, she was pretty much a regular Tekken character with some like ninjutsu evasion and stuff, right? Like that's about it. So
yeah, and then the whole swords lighting up to different colors, whatever. Like one looks like one's blue and one's flamey, right? So is it like 2 levels of flame? When I talked to JTR, he was saying like he thinks one of them is gonna like freeze you down and slow you down. The other one's gonna like speed you up. I was like,
she's
what?
fucking Gil in this game. Retribution,
I don't know what they are, bro. So I'm saying, yeah, there's a lot of potential because those weapons are different colors and everything. I don't know. Could just be an effect so you notice which one she has out easier. You know, I don't know.
Yeah, it could just be visuals. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, interesting stuff.
I think it'd still be sick if she's like a stance character. So like she has one out, she gets one ability, she has both out, like each one. So she could potentially, let's just say theoretically, she could have 3 stances, right? Like think about that. Like that would be sick. Also, another thing I wanted to touch on, right? If she takes, what is it, like the Sotokai, I think it was called, like the short sword that she steals from Yoshimitsu. Like if this is actually a progression of the story, would that mean that Yoshimitsu loses his sword and by hence would be changed? Like, is that a thing? Like, I mean,
lore-wise or in game?
In game, like, if in game, does she get access? If she gets access to it?
Yeah, season 4 nerf, Yoshi loses his second sword.
I'm just saying, you never know. It's a thought, you know.
I mean, do you think she'll have Flash now that she's got the longsword?
I think she'll have a form of Flash.
Oh, hell
I think she'll
no.
have a form
Another
of Flash.
character with Flash, fucking it.
Oh, we don't even know if it's gonna be that type of Flash, right? That reactional Flash that a lot of people do.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just curious if now that she's got these 2 weapons and everything. not what you said though, Steve, a second ago about having 3 stances. Like I think Suiken was basically saying the same idea, right? Like, if you have that, like, does that mean she'll be a very technical character like how Yoshi is? Because I feel like Kunimitsu in the past was a very simplified character. Like she had some Yoshi moves, but she's not really a stance heavy character, right? So if you give her 3 weapons or 2 weapons, which means she's got like 4 possible options with 1 weapon, second weapon, both weapons, no weapons. Then she's got all these options of different stances technically, right? And she'll have different movesets out of it. That could be pretty cool.
I mean, if you watch the returning characters, from most of the returning characters, they have some form of new redesigned look, right? Added that they have their returning moves, but they have some upgraded attacks moves. Well, Safina is one of them, right? Safina has a array of moves now. Like the lore is that she is combined. She has a cool flame follow-up with it. Yeah. So I think Namco is doing a really good job of improving like the look-wise of these characters, and I really like that. It's her daughter.
There's a complete story behind it because people are like, if Kunimitsu came back now, that's like 20 years after like when the last time she showed up.
Who's the daddy?
Heihachi.
I like how quick you said that.
Dude, Heihachi's everybody's daddy in Tekken.
Maybe he's your daddy.
Yeah. I mean, Suiken would definitely still wear those Speedos, but he's not his dad.
The Tekken 4 one.
Maybe Speedos.
Oh, shit.
Oh, man.
But yeah, that sounds really cool. Kunimitsu, new lore. I'm kind of curious to see if like all the Kunimitsu stands, it's like, weren't you standing the first Kunimitsu? Shouldn't you like feel differently because it's not the actual same Kunimitsu coming back, right? It's like, but then I think they're all just happy. It's like, damn, she showed her face and she a cutie and she's like, that's my new Tekken waifu. That's what I've been seeing the last week or so. It's pretty funny times. But along with the Kunimitsu announcement, they also had the new milestone that they just reached. Congratulations to the Tekken.
Right?
Yeah, 6 million.
Yeah, bro.
Six.
Yeah, it's not 60. It's not 60.
60 million copies.
That's the next one. That's the next milestone.
600 million copies have been sold.
69 million
We can't look at your bank account all the time, Steve. Relax, all right?
It ain't nowhere near that many zeros, bucko.
But yeah, good stuff to them.
Netcode, man.
Yeah, good stuff.
No, that's ridiculous, dude. I mean, if you think about it, though, right? Like, are we like? I want to know how do you like put this in perspective, right? Like, us coming from playing like all these different Tekken games, and then saying like there's so many more people playing the game than used to be. That's the way that I look at it. I'm like, damn, there's that many people that started playing the game after I was playing the game. Not saying I know it's down to like 4.3 million or anything like that.
Right.
But just saying, like, just in relation to when I was playing and how popular the game has become, like, I think that's actually amazing. The fact that, like, it's propelled me to go places. Like, I've never thought Tekken was the first game that I left the country for. Like, that's crazy to me.
Yeah.
It's so far-fetched to me that this game has grown this much and so many more people know about the game to where we're having Negan in a game. Like, that's a crossover I never thought I would see. A Final Fantasy character in a Tekken game. Geek in a like, the fact that it can keep going.
Yeah, we've never had guest characters like this except Tekken 3, right? With Gon, just one guest character. The whole franchise of Tekken.
Yeah, it was like 30 years of some shit right now.
Yeah, and then Tekken 7, they just drop it on us, all of them, man. And then people, they also mentioned too, like stuff like this, right? They have their artists do the new art for the 6 million milestone. Every time there's been a milestone, they had that same picture, but they kept adding the new DLC characters and adding more characters to that picture, right? But this is a completely new one. And Harada and Michael Murray even said in that latest information stream that they're willing to sell merch with this stuff. What do you guys think about that?
I'm happy. It's about time.
It's about goddamn time. I been wanting to buy some cool tech. I just hope the shit looks cool. That's all I want. If it looks cool and I can wear it outside of a fighting game event, like, that's the dream merch that I want. And I always, like, when they release this promo art, this shit's always good. Like, it's always good.
Yeah.
The merch, I think everyone's wanted Tekken merch for a long time. You know, this 6 million milestone thing, the thing that's crazy about it to me is they've done that artwork update like twice already in the lifetime of Tekken 7, right? So that means since we've been doing the TWT and they've been releasing these things, they've sold millions more copies. Like, people are picking up Tekken 7, like millions more people are picking up Tekken 7 after the launch. Like, that's pretty wild.
3 years after console release. That's
let me put this in perspective. Yesterday, I got one of those Facebook remember this ago? 5 years ago, arcades hit the US for Tekken 7 at round 1. That was the first time we got it. And remember, 2 years ago, before 2 years,
all there.
in Japan, you guys were all there. In Japan, it's been out 2 years before it came to us.
Yeah.
Can you guys imagine that?
Yeah.
So now it's been out on console, Steam, everywhere now. So it's crazy. It's amazing.
Yeah, definitely. You know, great stuff to Namco. Like, big congrats, man. Like, I think it's been a great community effort for us to make it here. Like, Michael Murray, Harada, traveling to tournaments back in Tag 2 days and just observing what can we do to make spectator hype. And yeah, I think they knocked it out of the park, dude. Seriously, like, I don't think we ever would have expected this happening for like a Tekken franchise game.
But I will say that, like, there's not a lot of games, like, and I'll just say fighting games that are out right now that, like, are still on, like, that version of the game, right? I do like how old Tekken is getting. Personally, I love, like, to watch games, like, evolve, right? And get to the point where everybody's optimizing and it gets to the like, man, I got hit by one combo and it's just because it's that good. We are not hitting that base shit with Tekken.
Fucking
and
love that
game
point.
is still alive. Like, that's how you know, right? If they come back and adjust that shit just so it's, like, right there in the middle. I mean, this whole life bar thing is still kind of questionable to me, but just the fact that, you know, you have the ability to keep continuing to come back and learn new shit about this game, like, that should let you know how big this game is now.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, even go back to the DLC stuff that you mentioned, all the characters that they have in Tekken 7 and how we haven't had guests before this. You know, a lot of people have been like, man, when's Tekken 8? You know, does that mean Tekken 8's coming later now that we got Season 4? I'm like, yes.
Yeah.
I mean, like, we have all these crazy DLC characters. Akuma and Geese being in the game. It's something that you're not going to necessarily have if you go to a Tekken 8, right? Like,
right?
if I was Namco,
that shit. They might milk it over.
Yeah.
Milk Tekken 7 for 10 more years. Yeah, people are going to get so pissed by me saying that, but yeah, like, do it. Just do it.
Do that shit. I'm trying to look, as long as the game is still good, I am fucking down, right? Like, for me, I feel like as long as the game can still grow, evolve, and change, like, that's something that I'm concerned in happening. The fact when he said, yeah, man, the damage is one of the things we wanted to approach and changing, once again, and like changing the life bars, I was like, oh, they're really trying to use this game as a launch pad to anything else that will come after this. Them being this open, them talking about the changes. I mean, them the way that they've updated, they've never done this in Tekken history. This is
the
like
communication is there, yeah, back and forth. You could hit them up on Twitter, anybody, yeah.
Like this is a fucking change. Like I don't think like a lot of people see like how significant this is. It started with that round table that Harada was talking about, right? Harada was all about that shit, and now he put it into a whole new form. Used it not only to talk about Tekken, but he said we have a lot of fighting games. Dragon Ball, Soul Calibur. That means that's an outreach to more than just the Tekken base. And it just lets you know that Harada is actually for not only the community, but he's on the esports side of things.
The whole, for every fighting game.
Motherfuckers, y'all go beg for more?
Yeah.
Don't ask him for shit. Let that dude chill, man. He know what he doing. He got y'all back and he making it for y'all, you know?
Dude,
and to follow up with that, also, Steve, sorry, Mike, but really quick, as he was talking, right, Steve was mentioning Harada, Mike Murray. When have we, since we, like, I mean, all of us combined right now on this talk right now, we have years and years of experience. At any point, we have never seen Michael Murray and Lord Harada sit down, spend 20 to 30 minutes of their time to break down a season, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Like freehand. No one, you can look it up anywhere else. No one's ever done that. No one's ever taken the time to do that, to explain it. And I think that's very amazing because we've known Michael and Harada for a long time. We since MLG, since back in the day when they really started to really show themselves. But now they are at full 115% like in the community, supporting, the retweeting, like random streams, the
artists, everything, dude. Just like spreading the love for sure.
Questions. And you know, like we have it pretty good, and I understand that season.
We are at that point where we're legit spoiled. Yes.
I understand season 3 is basically 2020 for a lot of people, for us, right? but if you think about it, season 4 is probably the biggest season we're ever gonna see.
They might as well hold back season 4 to 2021 after you said that. You know what I mean? Like, just
I mean, at this rate, we're pretty close to, you know, like
2021 Tekken 7, 2021 the double phenomenon.
Yeah, but it's amazing time right now. I know a lot of people are excited and they're antsy for it. I know there wasn't a release date for it as they were speaking, and we're going to touch up on it as well. But I think, and personally, I think it's a good thing because we have a lot of stuff like that's happening, right? Tournaments and things like that. It doesn't make sense to obviously do a big update, right? All of a sudden, you kind of change everything. What do you think, Rip?
About which part?
The season 4 release time.
Oh, the time frame? I mean, I think the fact that they didn't give us a date means it's not coming in October. I think that's all we can really take away from it. You know, everyone asks when is fall. Fall extends all the way up to December 21st. So it's going to come out before December 21st, right?
I was in your chat though. They said Japan's only for until December 5th to 6th.
Yeah, that's what I heard. That's what I heard.
So it's a little shorter for Japan.
Well, either way, I don't think it's going to be October. I think that's the big takeaway because they would have told us by now. It's too close for them to not have told us, like, October 2nd, or October 14th.
Another
October 21st.
point I want to bring up too, right, is since we have like these online tournament series that are supported by Namco, such as Bud Light Beer League, right? That's going until November 3rd. Do you think they're like possibly looking at that? Like, let's not drop season 4 right before the finals of that or something, right?
Yeah,
I think that's just a coincidence,
right?
I think it is because last year, Steve, you and I did Bud Light last year, didn't we? When was that?
Sir.
Was that in December?
That was, I know it was late.
It was late. I thought it was November or December either.
That's what I mean. I think it was November. If you had to,
I think so too.
I think it was November. No, December. Chris said.
Oh shit, he's in the chat. He says December. Wow. Ooh, Mike, maybe you stumbled onto something.
Dude, to wipe the drool from your mouth.
Right?
Yeah, exactly. With like the latest information stream that they had, they didn't drop the release date. So I think everybody's like really eager. When is it gonna be? The only clue they said is autumn 2020. That's legit it. That's legit it. So I think everybody got their fingers crossed.
To their credits, a lot of the release, whenever they do it, like they would always say, like, you guys know this. Oh yeah, that was season such and such. When do you guys want it? When do you guys want it? How about Tuesday, the following day, right? Remember that?
Dude, when they do that, oh my god, I lose my shit.
Twice already for season 2 and season 3. So to me, like what Mike was saying, November and the whole Bud Light thing, they could just throw it out right after the week after.
That's true. Or they could say fuck all of that and drop it and say deal with it.
They could.
They could also do that. Yeah,
pretty cool. That would be pretty cool too.
Yeah, I'm thinking around November. If you had to make if you had to make me bet, I'd say around November. You know,
I think so.
Yeah. Because in that way you got a good point heading on into. We're going into 2021. It gives people enough time before the next season start. I feel like to like kind of get their hands on it, and I only feel like that comes because like they're really thinking about like how this coincides. Like one of the few companies I will say that are it seems like they're really thinking about how this coincides with like an actual like doing these side events, like talking about Bud Light Beer League, as well as them doing their own thing as well, which is really, once again, it goes right back to what Suiken was saying. Like they're still supporting like the regular stuff, they're putting on stuff for the community. Like I feel like they want those sales to go up. Like we're making this content happen, but you have to remember it's benefiting everybody. Like that helps everybody, and I don't mind waiting if that shit's good. Like if you're gonna give me some good shit, I will wait. I will chill, and whatever comes after it, you know what I'm saying? Take y'all time. As long as I got something to keep me like held over, I have no issues in all honesty. And if it improves the online, you think I give a fuck? Give me another season. I can play more.
That's my favorite buff I've heard yet. The online improvement buff. But like you guys were saying earlier, right? With the whole Harada, gathering the FGC members, like the figureheads, the developers, all for that round table and all the stuff they're doing now, right? It's really that saying, the rising tide, everybody floats up together or whatever, right? Whatever, however that saying goes, right?
All the turds float to the what? No.
We all, man, the rising tides, man. We're all rising to the top. I don't know how it goes exactly, something like that. But
we get what you're saying, Mike. Please.
Yeah, I'm not gonna try it again.
Yeah, don't try it.
There we go. Rising tide lifts all boats. Thank you, Yuriose. But yeah, moving on to the more season 4 news, we had also the latest information stream, and on that they spoke about. I think one of the first slides they spoke about was the netcode improvements. The netcode improvements.
That is going to be amazing. I think that is the number one thing we all been waiting for. Forget, like, push aside every character right now. We've all been wanting this since season 1. Remember? Oh, we can fix the PS4. PS4 was garbage. Every season it's improving just a little bit. And I know Rip is really smiling about this because he's been saying it for a while too.
No, I agree. You're talking about like the rollback shit, right? Like I was in a stream, right? I was just in Rip's stream, right? And like I remember him going off about how like Tekken, what kind of netcode does Tekken use? I remember when he was just like, we don't even know if it's rollback in here. And he got mad hype. And that's when like I started having questions. I remember we were at we were at the Bud Light thing last year. We were walking down the street, we were talking about this.
That's right. That's so true. I totally forgot. Go ahead.
That's true. No, that's 100% true. But I agree with Rip. I agree with Rip 100% on it, in all honesty.
Yeah, but I mean, obviously, we don't know how much better it's going to be with this improvements. Obviously, we know improvements are coming. Tekken 7 has rollback. If you disagree, I don't know what to tell you at this point. But the fact that it's going to be better and that Markman and Anakin tested it, and Markman hit us with the closest thing to 0 issues I've ever heard. He said it's going to be just like offline. I was like, just like offline is the slogan, bro. Put that shit on a t-shirt, like it's gonna be
just like offline. Come
That's
on,
what he
bro.
Said. That's what I'm saying, dude.
I'm telling you right now, the person who said amazing, that was 100% Anakin, bro. That was either Anakin or Jimmy. It was one of those two. Those are the only two people.
First of all, Jimmy doesn't say shit like that.
If they had Jimmy, Anakin. If Jimmy fucking came out and said that the online was amazing, I'd be like, all right, send that shit out now.
Yeah, that's legit. It's good to go.
That's gonna be my meter. It's gonna be the Jimmy meter. I'll be like, yo, Jimmy, play exactly one game, and tell me what you think, and then I'm done. I don't care about nothing else.
Man, look, let me put it in perspective for a lot of you in the chat what this means to us. Okay, I know some of you are thinking, well, netcode is such and such, give us back offline. Well, obviously, with the current pandemic and everything going on, right? This is all we got currently, and that's why we have so many amazing online tournaments that are being hosted. Of course, we've been doing them every Wednesday. You guys know it as well. Bud Light, Tekken Online, yeah. So all this stuff is coming out.
All of that shit.
Let me say, imagine the netcode comes out, and if Jimmy did say it's amazing, or Anakin say it's amazing. Think of it like this. Instead of having a West Coast only tournament or an East Coast only tournament, what if we have a tournament open for the whole United States? Can you imagine? I said this on my stream, I would love for me or MYK, Rib, TCC, doesn't matter. I would love to go final with Joey Fury. Anakin, can you imagine that? Can you I'm gonna drop
bro,
can you fucking imagine that?
Bro,
I'm excited
thinking about Japan matches. They said they played matches international and they were okay.
That's crazy.
Give me that shit right now. I could just keep playing because that Wi-Fi shit will literally make me bang my head into a desk. But as long as I can keep playing and I ain't gotta worry about I can get clean gameplay, bro, I am 100% down.
It's really crazy, right? Because I've always been pushing the limits to see how it feels, right? So I've played against the main man in Sweden. I've played against Naranagi. We went to the bar with in Japan. I played against him this past week just to see what the connection currently is with LA and Japan. And it's playable. It's not great, but you can hit all your combos and everything on it, right? So the fact that could be improved, maybe significantly is really, really exciting. Because I'm does that mean I can play against Korean guys too? If we can beat Japan, we can beat Korea.
Oh my god!
We're on the West Coast,
Oh my god!
Before we go even think about playing Korea and Japan, I'm just excited for just us being united. This is such a big step forward for us as a community. We have never seen this type of commitment for our community at all. Never. 100%. And the fact that we're able to, Namco is able to bring us together right now, especially, season 4 is the pivotal of this game right now because we're getting,
and especially during current events right now, right?
Yep. Yeah. So them bringing us together, we've been stuck at home, been worrying about going outside, and the thing we should be worrying about is obviously turning on our game and having an awful netcode, right? But now, this is shaping up to be something that's going to unify us as a community. I don't think I've ever seen it in any community where we're this excited to see this, right? I'm just hungry to play new players. I'm just hungry to play players that I've never get a chance. I would love to play Shadow. I would love to try to fuck him up. You know what I mean? Most chances he'll fuck me up, right? But at the same time, you in the chat, you in the community are able to have that opportunity as well to play any of these guys, any of us now. I could be like, yo, let's play Jody the Great again. Steve, right? We'll just body Jody like we always do, right? But this time we won't have problems, right?
And
Steve we ain't gotta worry about no lag, bro. We ain't gotta worry about
Rick the Ruler. Lag. Can you imagine Rick the Ruler getting good internet? Rick the Ruler are always texting me, fucking SoCal players, always texting us like we're doing something ridiculous. That is true. But just alone. I'm just super hyped to play everybody. We've been wanting this for so long. So, take it away, guys. You know what I think of it.
Dude, it's amazing. It's great times. It's great times. But along with this announcement, we've heard it before on a previous one, the Wi-Fi indicator. But yeah, speaking a little bit on that number 2.
Fucking sign, bro.
Yeah, the Wi-Fi indicator. Fuck yes. It's seriously, Wi-Fi players I think every community has spoken out about it, right? It's just I hear Dragon Ball streamers, I hear Street Fighter streamers, and all these other streamers, right, for different fighting games. They're just this motherfucker's on Wi-Fi. It's been looked down upon for years, and yeah, dude. And then Rip called them Wi-Fi supremacists.
Wi-Fi supremacists, bro.
Right? They be talking that shit is for real.
Yeah,
my Wi-Fi motherfucker is not a fruit. It don't work that way. You can't fucking compare. What is wrong with you?
Yeah, I condemn Wi-Fi supremacists, bro. Get them out of here. Get them out of here.
Get them the fuck out the game, bro. I'm tired of running into you fucking 4 bars that are actually 3 bars bordering on 2 bars.
Yeah, exactly. Fake 4 bars all day. All day.
You fucking dicks. That's not cool, bro.
Dude, I call the Wi-Fi players are the type of people that come to parties and fucking take plates home without asking and shit before everyone leaves. Literally, those are the type of people. They just show up, don't even hang out, fill their plate, take other shit, and then fucking leave and shit. Like those are the type of people you don't fucking want to
That's
party
who you
with.
hanging out with, man.
Go to
all you Wi-Fi players out there, take note, man. You
Yeah.
invite somebody to your house, man. Where's all my silverware in China at? Probably one of your friends. They're probably using Wi-Fi. Even worse. That's really fun.
Friends don't let friends use Wi-Fi.
That's actually true. I'll buy that shit on the shirt.
Yeah, dude, it's a good shirt.
TM, trademark that shit. Okay, but
Yo,
also,
bro, let's make a commercial.
in all serious manner and
Bro,
shit.
let's make a fucking commercial.
I'm down, dude.
It just
I'm
says
down,
truth
actually.
at the end of the commercial or some shit.
It's an all black and white commercial. It's all black and white.
But you definitely
bro,
do a TikTok
you come up
for
to him, bro.
Dude, that's fucking godlike. But for on this bullet point right here, for the number 2 one, I've also heard some criticisms from other members of the FGC that aren't predominantly Tekken players, right? Or in the Tekken scene as heavy. They've said, like, why is Rollback / Netcode? It makes me believe that it's either Rollback or Netcode, or they don't know what they're talking about. In the discussion themselves, they're like legit talking about this for like 10, 15 minutes. Harada has said it multiple times, it's 3, but we keep getting like naysayers, and he's like, dude, he in the presentation itself, he says that, like, dude, it's because it's a 3D game. If we bump that shit up to 6, we're gonna get some weird, jarring, like, shit. Visual
that
shit.
Makes complete, dude. Okay, so look, I am not the most tech heavy understanding person.
That's for
Me
sure.
neither. Yeah.
But that
Harder
shit
to
makes
explain.
complete sense to me. He said, but that's what they said last time. They said the way Rollback works, it uses animations. You're in a 3D generated game. How the fuck are you going to track all? What are you using to track all those different animations? And on top of that, the amount of inputs that you could put in. I don't know, man. That shit just, I didn't think Rollback would affect it like that. But he comes out and he said the only instance in which you can use it is in like knockdown situation because it has the least amount of inputs and you can track it easier. That makes sense.
And 2D, they kind of mask it in like the pre-jump frames is a little bit, like the jumps, the walk back, like predicting like where you're going to be a little bit from like how much space you have. Like it's a little, I feel like that's definitely easier in 2D aspect compared to 3D. But we keep getting people saying that Tekken doesn't have rollback. It's delay based. So I don't know who to believe anymore. The director himself is telling me it's rollback.
Okay. Rip is locked and loaded. Go ahead, Rip.
No,
Fire
no,
away.
Let him loose, baby.
If you really think that it's not rollback, just go and play the older games. It's very simple and easy to tell the difference. Play someone from coast to coast and play the old game and play it on Tekken 7. I think the majority of people who are talking about this are not actually playing Tekken 7, or they're only playing with people on Wi-Fi or some shit. I don't know how often I stream Tekken a bunch, and like you don't see those giant stutter things which people have pointed to say it's delay-based netcode. They're like, look, it's freezing. That's a telltale sign of delay-based netcode. I'm like, bro, I played KI. It does the same thing. It just depends on the
Don't
person
even
you
get
play
me
against.
started. Street Fighter 5 has rollback.
Bro,
like, come
I'll
on, dude.
knock out my own tooth over fucking Street Fighter 5 online, bro.
Right, dude, that shit got me
is
tilted
crazy.
too. I've been wanting to play, but every time I go back, it's just like,
I've been watching a lot lately, and like I keep on telling you, Steve, I'm gonna come play Street Fighter again, but like I just haven't gotten to. Anyway, point is, if you look at
Ripping the
rollback,
Wi-Fi warriors. It's fucking Rip with a gun.
shooter.
Ripping the Wi-Fi warriors. I'm done.
like when you look at Tekken 7, right? A big reason that people don't think it has rollback is because you don't see teleporting and shit, right? Yeah. Which is like the sign of bad rollback implementations, right? So if you think about that and you think, all right, well, if this does have rollback, would we consider this a good rollback implementation because it doesn't have all of these jarring visual effects that are like triggering wrong, etc.? Like, there's no jarring sound effects that are wrong. The most we've seen is like slight rollbacks, obviously because it's only 3 frames max anyway, plus the life bar. Right?
That's
the biggest things we see. I think after this update, we're going to see more. We're going to see more of those things kind of happen, but the game will probably feel better. So, we'll see how it goes. But right now, I think if you still believe that, you're a part of the R-word army. That's what you are. You're part of the R-word army, man.
You don't want to be part of the R-word army, or you don't want to be a Wi-Fi supremacist. I'm learning a lot of new things today.
You don't want to be either one of those.
No.
Don't forget, everybody, go vote.
Y'all better go fucking vote.
Go vote.
Don't-
man.
Oh
Man.
my god,
I
man.
don't
Nah,
know.
man.
I don't know.
Y'all
Those are the
better.
same type of people that were like, I don't want to say it on here. This is supposed to be family
I
friendly. I
saw
can't do it.
people post, like quotes from like Reddit and shit that like show people arguing why Wi-Fi is okay, and I'm like,
Dude, I've been seeing those too on Reddit and stuff. Like people defending it. Like they're getting their fucking lawyers involved in this shit now. Like this shit's getting out of control.
Oh man, that's gonna be fantastic. But yeah, I mean,
my Wi-Fi is better than his wired connection. Tell him.
Facts. Big facts.
but you know, dude. Okay, look. So even with this Wi-Fi connector thing, there's still gonna be problems with it. I didn't think this was possible, but there are people who connect Wi-Fi to Wi-Fi, and then they plug in an Ethernet cable and go, "Yo, I'm connected to Ethernet." If you have Wi-Fi at any point in the chain to your cable modem, whatever, you're on Wi-Fi. Even if the last step of it is Ethernet, you're on Wi-Fi. So I don't know how much this indicator is going to work, you know, like to stop those kind of people. But hopefully it can detect it. Right? Hopefully it's not just checking the plug; it's actually testing the connection, right? But for now, you know, this is what we got to deal with. So,
dude, that's
FYI for you guys.
next level.
I know it's complicated.
Scumbaggery.
It's complicated. I don't even think they know though. You know, like Wi-Fi technology. Some people they don't understand it, right? They're like, dude, I don't understand. Like, I plugged an Ethernet cable in, but I didn't know I couldn't, you know, daisy chain to 3 Wi-Fi devices across the house. You know, like,
Wi-Fi is for cell phones and iPads, not video games. Y'all remember that shit?
yeah.
Hell yeah. Yeah, you fucking barbarians. You single-celled organisms. You
Jesus
fucking
Christ.
flat earthers.
You gonna eat the signal just raw, huh? That's how you want to do it? Come on, dude. Yeah, I'm just gonna plug up to this Wi-Fi. Sit right next to it. That means I got a connected one, right? I'm hardwired? No, bro. Not hardwired.
But I'm right next to it.
But I'm right
touch
next
with
to
the
it.
arm.
Dude, I've heard it all, right? All
Things
the
get sticky online. I mean, it's right here.
Wi-Fi OSs, dude, they're too real. They're too fucking real. But all right, moving on to the next topic. Very exciting stuff coming out of Namco. Like, honestly, thank you guys so much. Wi-Fi indicator, fucking netcode improvements. Those are the 2 biggest buffs I could have ever asked for. Like, fuck character buffs. That's the best buff ever.
I know, like on MK, they show like the ping. Somebody just said it. They actually show the ping in MK, which is cool, right? Because then at least you know. It's like, what is it, like 100 milliseconds, right? Like that's what it is, right? It's like 100.
It's all over the place depending on how far away they are. Like for me and for us, like all of us in SoCal, we're probably like within 30 or 60 max. You know, probably 30 to be honest. And then if you go to like East Coast, it's probably like 150 or something.
Well,
Anyways, moving forward, Wi-Fi sucks. Make sure you guys fucking get your wired going.
hey, look, don't listen to your dumbass friends. Get a fucking wire and just plug it right into it. That's exactly what you need to do. Just connect it.
They're so cheap now. They're so cheap. You guys can get a Cat 6 anywhere, right? For that.
Yeah.
Toilet paper. Get a 6-pack of toilet paper. Get a 6-pack of
Dude,
Get
like
a cup and put a piece of line through it as well. You know, connect it. Something.
15 bucks, you could get a 100-foot cable easy. Easy.
Bro, you know, well, until Steve said the toilet paper thing, I never thought about it. If you go to Costco, man, you get those jumbo packs of toilet paper. That's 15 and 20 bucks right there. It's the same damn price as toilet paper, man.
It's the same thing, bro. Don't do that. Come
I hate
on, man.
to see you wipe your ass with wire, though.
Oh god, this Cat 6 ain't working so well. You're all flossing.
He's all flossing his.
But if you're playing against me, just make sure you got a wire.
I still got 75 feet more to go.
It'd be like Steve's G-string and shit.
Oh, God. You guys are disgusting.
Come on, dude.
Move on, Mike. Move on.
Yes, move on. All right, so next topic. All right, so the next announcement that they also said on the stream was a health increase. What do you guys think about that?
That's a big one.
Yeah, this is huge, right? I mean, so there's a couple parts to this, right? So obviously, I think a lot of people in season 3, and they talked about this as well. They said the damage is too high now, the wall carry is too big, you know. So we want to address this in some way. So we decided to increase the health bar. Like they haven't given us an exact number of what that'll be,
Right?
But you know, in thinking about it in the past, because you know, back in the day, Korea used to run their arcade machines on +1 health setting, right? So basically, they had more health available to them in each arcade round.
Yep.
And then, you know, over time, like I was talking to JDCR about it recently, on the last podcast I did with him, and he was saying that he recognized like it forced different play styles out of the communities. Right, like in Japan they didn't have that setting, Korea they did. So you'd see people poking more in other regions, right? So basically, if you increase the life bar but you do not change the poke damage, fundamentally that means that pokes become less valuable, right? Because they're taking up less % of the overall life bar. But we'll see. I have faith that they will buff pokes, with the increased life bar. But then you reach this point where it's like, all right, is the poke to combo ratio good now, or is it bad now? It's hard to say, right?
I mean, like, as a perspective for, like, obviously, like, this also goes alongside with characters, right? Characters that are stronger than some other characters, right? I imagine myself right now currently playing like, Lei and stuff like that. And a couple pokes from any of these stronger top 15 characters takes like half my life away, right? Just for pokes alone. And forcing myself to like really push the envelope just to regain some health, like comeback factor, is a little harder for certain characters. But with the life being increased, like you said, the poke game is a little weaker. And it's true. I agree. So once you take away so much of it, it kind of levels it up for the weaker cast, but at the same time, the weaker cast still has to work harder to do what they're doing now because everyone else has plus life.
It literally just puts it back into the exact same thing as it was before, in all honesty. If they increase the life, the only thing that changes is this: it puts the characters that couldn't do that back at the exact same point that they were before, even if you buff it overall, right? So, but it does. Does focus more. I guess it does focus more on like a more, a solid play style, right? Like once you get good, if that's the case, you're literally like, you're supposed to be doing it anyway, but like you're literally like, I'm playing so well that I'm not even intending on you hitting me, and that changes the entire pace of everything.
But it also buffs like stronger players, in my opinion. If you're a consistent player, you're less likely now to be blown up by some random shit.
Some random launch that did like 50%, got the wall to 70, 80, and then one mix after the wall, you're dead, right? Yeah, anybody
get another chance.
Yeah, because most top players will always automatically say, okay, this guy just threw something hella random. I'm going to have to play even harder now, right? And then if that alone should be enough to like defeat a player that's just throwing some unsafe shit, right? So, but that's just my mindset. I don't know if you guys agree with it, but I like long sets because I am the final boss and all. I like
arcade veteran is I think what you were trying to get at. Yeah, I got you.
Yeah.
And also the final boss. Yep.
The final boss.
The final boss. But yeah, that's the other points that I'm kind of getting into. Rip kind of brought it up too, right? If they're just increasing the health, we don't have the actual value on the data, right? Is it just going to be 10 points? Call it a day, 10 points of extra health and then call it a day. No other scaling adjustments. Akuma still gets unscaled grounded combos. Or I was also thinking, remember how from Tekken 6 to Tekken Tag Tournament 2, they improved the standing scaling damage to 120. And then grounded scaling was 100. Whereas in Tekken 6, it was like 180 or 70 for grounded hits, right? And then what if they buffed the standing scaling along with the health bar so that pokes are still effective, but combo damage is reduced?
Now that would be fucking good. That's actually what I would prefer.
Someone clip that and send it to Michael Murray.
Somebody clip that, digital scissors that shit and put it on the internet ASAP. I 100% agree. With Mike, 100% agree with MIK on that one. I think that would be amazing.
I mean, it makes sense.
We just need to hear the data, right? We don't know the actual data, how much the life bar is increasing. Could you imagine if it was something more significant? What if it went from like
30?
That's what I was thinking. 170, fuck it, 200. Ramp that shit up.
They might. You never know. We don't have the numbers, right? It could be significant.
I mean, in the TED Talk with Harada, Michael Murray, right? They mentioned something about like they're like doubling it or something.
No, they're not. They didn't say that shit.
No. I'm not saying they're doubling, but they're just saying like there's an opportunity that they could do that, is what I'm saying. But I mean, I don't think they are.
They were not doubling it.
Yeah, that's
rounds would take twice as long.
It would take a lot of razor rushes to finish the video.
I'm gonna need like 6-pack one combos.
Ripper's gonna be commentating razor rush another one.
Oh my god.
Oh man.
Yeah, so
No, I think it'll be cool though. I think that it'll be really cool to see how that affects the overall like high level play. Like that's what I'm really interested to see. But this is actually a change from like the meta of Tekken for years at this point, right? Like a life bar change is actually a big thing. So that's definitely going to change like the way you play the game and everything. We already been kind of building up to it, right? Wall bounces, the way that they work, rage drives. We have characters now that have item moves specifically that you have to keep track of mentally with no visual cue other than like physical, like stuff like that. Like those are all advancements that they've been kind of like making us get used to over time. So believe it or not, you know what I'm saying? There's a lot of changes already integrated in there that, you know, it's kind of, they were just, then now we're just used to them, you know?
Let me ask you this, right? So obviously Tekken 7 now, with season 3 especially, like with the wall bounces and the wall carry, etc., all that, you know, extended to the point that it is now. How do you guys feel about the combo length? You know, I was talking to my streamer earlier today about this. Like, do you guys feel that the combo length is good now? Like, if there's a new Tekken coming out, like Tekken 8, do you want combos to be longer than they are currently, the same, or shorter than they currently are?
Shorter for me.
Shorter. They're definitely too long, especially. Too long. And also talking about the scaling and the damage too. Like, are they gonna do anything about these fucking FADCs, no scaling combos? Like,
I definitely want shorter combos too. Again, you know, going back to like Tekken 5 and stuff, I realized like it was easier to pick up these other characters because it was the combos are shorter, the movelets are shorter, right? Yeah. So now that we've reached this point now in Tekken where in Tekken 7 where we're currently at, it's like peak. Like I don't think you can go past this in terms of combos, right?
That's true.
And so at this point, you know, I kind of actually want them to remove the screw attack from low parry as well. You know, I feel like
Kane brought that up in the chat too. Yeah.
It's something that, you know, we've talked about in the past. I know Kane has been an advocate of it for years now, but you know, getting that screw attack off of a low parry with the extended combos and everything else now, it's too much, right? So you're risking, you know, sometimes you go for this poke that does like 7 damage, you get low parried, they do a screw attack, they do a balcony break, they
with the rage drive, unscaled after that.
Combo. Yeah. It didn't take you to that wall.
Exactly. And then to do walk up and be like, dude, I just did a 7 damage poke. Like, where's the risk reward there? Why would I have ever done this? It makes no sense. So yeah, I definitely think that they could get rid of the screw attack. Because you can still access all the others, you can still access a rage drive, a rage art, etc. But you don't need to also allow them to get to a wall with all that, you know, off a low parry. That seems like too much for me.
Yeah,
I remember like the longer combos cause a lot of chaos, and I think that you know to its you know, to its bonus side, I love watching a chaotic match, right? Where stuff doesn't land correctly, like the extended combo fucks everybody up. The scramble is there, right? The scramble effect is there, right?
The sidewall comes in at an unfavorable scenario.
Yep. So when you extend it too far, this happens, and then all of a sudden there's a scramble. Who's gonna get it? Like, it's fun to see that, but I mean, I'm thinking, you know, like it's super stressful, especially with the life, you know, deficit thing, right? Like, I think the life is too short. There's so many combos that do 80 points of damage. You know, you get hop kicked by a Sheen, go to the wall, and that's it. It's a wrap. Now you got to figure out how to get out of there, or Akuma, or Eliza, you know, to say the least, right? So, or this bitch ass King. You know, like fucking giant break to the wall, fucking break the wall, then rage drive to another. What the fuck is that shit?
Dude, there's so many questionable shit in Tekken 7.
What the hell is that? That shit is cheap as fuck.
Paul Rage Art cancel? What the fuck? Why did it slide under the radar? What the fuck?
Only person? Sick.
Yeah. I love that they showed it to us early too, right? Like when Tekken was first coming, like, yo, you didn't cancel him? I wonder how many characters are gonna have.
I know, yeah, everybody speculated that.
Man.
What a silly decision. Yeah, they did get us good, actually.
Better get used to this shit, because it's the only one you're gonna see.
Yeah, so I personally, I think, it's about time. Let's just get rid of screw after low parry. Along with the screw system, you also get more wall carry because the screw naturally sends them farther than a bound does, right? It's just, it's too much. It's too much. Also with breakable walls, with rage drives, with unscaled enders after the rage drives, and like, it's so much damage all over the place, right? And just minimizing that a little bit. It kind of takes away from the flash, I guess, but also at the same time, it's just like, fuck, man. He got low parried and lost 80%. That's fair.
Yeah. But at the same time, you said it takes away from the flash, but back in the day when the combos were shorter, people do like hard ass combos that you couldn't even hit, even though they were short, and
Yeah.
you'd be like, "Damn, he actually hit that shit!" Like that. It was that kind of Flash before.
Right.
Versus now, like everything's semi
I
easy.
like that. I'm a fan of having harder combos that like they take like more skill to input and they give you damage that way. But that's actually been happening over like the last 5-6 years in games where they're literally like they've been kind of slowly like guiding away from that. Like if we go back to that, I'm down.
You sound like you're gonna use target combos, like regular auto combos. No, Steve.
Bro, I'm a Virtua Fighter player, bro. I play Akira. Chill, bro.
Just frames on just frames and stuff.
I literally only like just frame combos. Like I'm a FRC Guilty Gear guy. One frame cancel to continue your combo. Not once, not twice, but 4 times. That's the kind of player I am. So I like the longer. Like if you're doing a hard combo that is mostly flash or more damage in some instances, I like that in games. I actually do like that.
I think like what Steve was saying, like fighting games have kind of taken that design philosophy, and I think certain games have taken it a little too far. Like even like Street Fighter V, get rid of links, get rid of the hard stuff. Just make it simplified. 3-frame links is the smallest link you'll ever have to do in Street Fighter V. It just kind of gets rid of the style on combos. It's like shit, he just hit that sick ass combo, 1-frame links in one combo, and he hit that shit to make a comeback. Like all that shit.
Execution, MYK. Are you asking people to play a little harder for execution? Come on now. We have people right now complaining they can't break 1+2 throws, let alone 1 and 2 fucking throws right now. You know what? If you guys want to change the meta, fucking give back the regular 1 and 2 throw break commands, huh?
Dude, throw that shit in there. Throw it in there.
Let me see you break these throws while you playing.
Yeah, exactly. You guys are coming up here to throw whatever.
Yeah, I broke the shit out of that, bro. It wasn't that hard. Bro.
Yeah,
you ain't the hands, bro. You ain't
dude. Like, no one can break me. Like
what if they made that like just a Tekken rank thing? Like if you got up in rank to a certain level, then the command throws actually have to be breakable with the correct buttons.
Damn, that'd be crazy.
Because then the casual guys can all play normally until they're ranked, right? The pros, it doesn't affect them because they're all going to be up there anyway.
Or have a setting when you turn on tournament setting, it activates 1 and 2. You have to have proprietary throw mechanics again.
I'd be down as fuck with this.
Yeah, I'd 100% be down.
And everyone in the chat, all you scrubs, and they're like, "No, we can't do that, guys. No, I can't. No."
I think it was lazy to begin with. Like this is just me, real talk. Like some characters, like Horon, that's not really even like a grappler style character. Jin as well. They have legit 3-way mix-ups. I think just because they had command other variations than their generic 1+3 or 2+4s, just because they had other ones from previous games that carried over. They get a 3-way throw mix up. Paul gets a 3-way throw mix. I think that's mad fucking lazy. At that point, if that's still in, just make everything command throws again.
I'm going to give the credit where credit's due. I don't think it was lazy. I think it was smart because there's a bunch of scrubs that learned this game, and they're still scrubs, but we're kind of babying the scrubs right now. And it's season 4, and you know what? It's time for you guys to grow the fuck up. It's
training wheels are coming off.
Training wheels. Look, man, y'all had 4 wheels on y'all ride for fucking years. Come play with us. Come play.
No, but I mean, like, I'm reading the chat. I see some people's like, oh, it hurt the casual players. Just give everyone command throws, whatever. I just think that the whole purpose of doing this was to simplify it for the casuals, right?
Yep. Exactly.
So, like those casuals, they're not getting up to like Tekken Emperor or some shit, right? So you can put a cutoff where like that's where it actually kicks in. Because right now the other complaint that people have is it's too easy to get to Tekken God Prime, right? Put in the rank system that you have to start breaking throws at this level. You get those notifications once you reach a rank. It says like notice. Now as you reach this rank, all your previous characters are now bumped up to whatever, right? Yeah. Put another one that says also going forward, all throws have to be broken correctly. Like
you're not a baby anymore, right? And it makes sense.
They might as well call them bitches at the all throws must be broken correctly. ... You bitches.
I know a lot of people are not going to like that we say this, but I mean, for a competitive perspective, right? Yeah. Like you going in, like you're making top 8, you got to play like Joey Fury and all this shit, and but if you don't have a command throw and they hit you with command throws, guess what? You don't know the breaks, you don't need to see the animation, you're still gonna fucking lose, and you're gonna lose the most embarrassing way, right? any top player that can smell that you can't fucking break throws is gonna fucking throw you to death. It's as simple as that, right? It's just that simple. You can go to Paul, you can go to Jin or Harang, you can go any of these characters. If I know you can't break throws, I'm gonna do it. And you're gonna look like a fucking idiot going in the top 8.
It forces people to start ducking if they can't break throws. Like
it brings that back.
That's what happened. That's another way to open people up. Like and completely removing that, like that definitely helped out a lot of people. I know people who legitimately says like, "Hey man, I can't break throws. Like I'm not good at breaking throws."
The majority of people.
Yeah, that's definitely
Dude,
true.
look at 2D games. The main mix-up is throw or strike. That's like how you break defense. Like they just completely got rid of that. And like characters, you know how they were talking about like they didn't specifically say Mishima Star, but they were hella talking about Mishima Star in that video, right? And then they were just like, man, we just made everything easier, but why? You know, I think at this point, I think it's long overdue. I also don't like the throw system. I fucking hate wall bounce. I think wall bounce is kind of fucking stupid. Like, there's a couple things I don't like.
I mean, wall bounce is stupid because a lot of characters don't have access to wall bounce as readily available to some of the top 10 characters, right? So some of their wall bound stuff is the reason why they're in top 10. For example, Dragunov wall standing 1-3. That shit. Like in the face of this planet gets hit by that, and once they do, they're like, "Well, looks like I'm not gonna do that move again," you know, because 80% of my life is gone. Like
Julia, forward, 1+2.
Yep. Seriously? Dude, Raisin Rush, Tiger, wait for it, 1+2. Like, I can't keep doing shit like that. That's so stupid. This is why like characters get blown up because they have such an amazing wall bound. You know what I mean?
Of course. You know, on that note though, I gotta say, like, this is, I think, a part that's overlooked in terms of Tekken's balance, right? Like, for example, like everyone's like, dude, Law is such a great character. Look at his punishment game, 3+4, such a good 14 frame long range whip punish, whatever. But then his jab range sucks. His down forward 1 sucks. You know, his rage drive is garbage. His power crush is launch punishable. You know, he's missing all these other parts of the game.
Tekken 7 stuff,
yeah. Then you have Zafina where she's got this fantastic backdash, but then she's got no punishers. You know, she's got a 14 frame rage drive. You know, so like I think that's part of how they balance the game. They say, does this character have a good wall bounce? All right, then we should maybe take out his sidestep. You know, like I think like that's how they look at things sometimes.
Yeah, I think
I would change up the meta for sure. Sorry, Steve, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, like, that's one thing that I have noticed over, like, ever since I learned Tekken, like, that is like a kind of an archetype thing, right? Eddie not being able to sidestep is an archetype where you have to say, well, he can't sidestep, but that backdash is a motherfucker, right? I think that the Zafina was an attempt at the same, but like the effects went fucking awry. Like you made Frankenstein, right? Like shit did not work out how you intended, and now it's just like out of control. Now it's burning down. We can't stop this bitch. You know what I'm saying? Like
pitchforks.
Right. You know what I'm saying? It's definitely one of those. But I feel like they definitely do that like in 7, right? And if you look at the characters, they kind of like, hey, we're going to see if this character had this. And I think they're trying to make new archetypes. So obviously they're going to try to extend and like branch out and do stuff. And like even when you talked about the wild standing 1-3 from Dragunov, right? Like they're trying to like cut it to where it's like, well, that range was kind of stupid, but like then if you compare it to some of the other characters with wall bounce, it's still fucked up. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you got to go in and kind of rework the whole thing, and like who knows if it stays, right? Because they definitely, I guess if you consider bound to tailspin a switch, it just seems like the same shit to me, but like something like that can happen. So it might not be here to stay. It could just be something that they tried. It is brand new to Tekken 7. Who knows if this was actually in the timeline for Tekken 7? Because shit, I don't know like what they planned, but the fact of the matter is that like who knows? It might be here. This might be a game specific thing. We have one game where tag is an option, right? And we get that every 12 years. So you know what I'm saying? Like, you might have to hold that shit, you know?
Every time the planet's alive. Right?
I can see the moon, Jupiter.
Oh,
Uranus.
shit. Tekken Tag 3! I like how we did that synchronized. Tekken Tag 3!
Uranus.
Oh, that was good shit.
Oh man, but
Yeah,
whatever
man.
we have in store, everybody, it's we're gonna be ready for it. I know we're just talking about like competitiveness right now,
And the
but
balance and like system
yeah.
stuff. Yeah, a little
So you
bit.
guys get up scot easy this time though. But if I find out you guys fucking can't break throws out, you best believe I'm gonna throw you to death though.
Oh yeah. Hey, you can hold that shit, and you can tell your mom about it too. And I'm gonna tell her I did that shit.
Mom, he keeps
Also,
throwing
so
me.
let me find out. Yo, I played a kid at Evo, wherever he
This
is.
guy's full of cheese.
And I'ma do it again.
Why his parents were standing behind me? You think I give a fuck? We're in a tournament.
man.
This is my money.
Uh-huh.
But nah, man, real
100%.
talk. I'm literally just, I don't play on Wi-Fi, and you better hope to God they never change throws back. I'm gonna body a lot of you motherfuckers.
That's a good point. All right. Yeah, we've been talking a lot about the balance and the little things that they can change here and there. And, Steve kind of brought it up too. We've seen it in past Tekkens, right? Tekken Revolution was the testing grounds for Tekken 7, right? So it's just like wall bounce might be a testing ground within the game, within the mid-season. Like, who knows? Like, it might not ever be back in Tekken 8 or something. But, yeah, let's move on. Then also, more news coming out of the latest information stream. We had a new rank that was announced. Tekken God Omega.
Good.
I'm excited. I'm excited for the new rank and the new rank system that's going to be enabled. I'm definitely. Why would you make that face when you said that? Tekken prowess.
I'm just saying that shit sounds amazing. I'm just.
And you had a bottle of water too. Tekken prowess.
Damn, he almost spat it out. He almost had him. Almost got him. He saved it.
Yeah, but I mean, just a couple things about this, right? So they said if you lose 3 times in a row, it's going to hurt you even more than just losing the first 2, right? Mm-hmm. And then people got upset about that. Michael Murray made a tweet. He talked about how it's only for the top rank, right? Mm-hmm. It's on the screen right now, and so I still, even with this tweet, I'm not really sure. Is it only for the Omega rank, where this third loss hurts you?
Because he says just top rank, right? Singular.
Yeah, it's singular, right? It's not plural. So I think he said it's only for the Omega rank where it'll affect you. With the third loss will hurt you more. Or maybe he means it like for the top rank, like everything that's a Tekken God and up. Like I don't know.
I mean, it makes sense to have it for Tekken Gods and up, right? Because you always want to be competing at that level, right? No one's safe at that rank, especially if you lose it right away, right? Like, can you imagine being Gilkey and hitting Tekken Omega and never turning on your Tekken ever again? Because you know what? One of us is going to beat the shit out of him and he's going back down, right? That's for sure me, right? That's me for sure. If I see him online and the netcode is good, I'm going in there. I'm going to take that motherfucker's rank, right? But as a competitor, this is amazing because I would love to play and always still keep being practicing and always trying to fight for my rank, right? And this gives an opportunity, right, for us to just sit there and really challenge ourselves and challenge people that can actually smoke us. Like Ben Chang in the chat, he's been dodging me online. I would love to play him, right? But he's been fucking me up in tournament. You know what? I want to play Ben Chang some more, right? I really want to play him because he's good. I want that opportunity. I want to take these L's because it's going to make me grow as a player. And I think this is going to help a lot of people do that. Maybe not for, some people that just want to hide in green and blue ranks like, Tasty Steve or something. But, once you're up
shots
there,
in all directions.
Wow.
Once you get up there,
wow.
Then,
I was not aware.
Then,
dude,
I was not aware.
You know where? Probably.
Damn, that was a no scope 360 butt flap open fucking.
But I'm always talking shit for high rank.
It is a butt
I
flap.
just want people to come out and really compete and do better, right? And this is the opportunity to do so, right? Because if you could play good online, especially with the netcode being improved and control your rank, guess what? You're gonna do amazing offline when the tournaments come back, right?
Yeah, if the experience is as close to possible as offline as it could be, I'm all for it, right? Like any improvement's better than what we have right now.
One other thing to mention at this point, on PC, on PS4, this is gonna be fantastic, right? But on PC, the problem is that people are just saving and restoring their save file to keep their rank, right? Their saves covering their rank. Yeah. So people,
Save,
they
yeah.
know how to edit the file just to change the rank because it's not stored online in a server. It's stored on your own
What
hard drive.
a bunch of bitch shit. Are you
Of course.
serious?
Right.
Right,
But look,
yeah.
okay, look. But look,
But
there's
just
People
cheaters in
actually do
everything,
that.
right?
Yeah.
There are cheaters in everything right now. And I wish that Namco would actually take care of it. Yeah, I wish they would say, like, all right, you know what? We'll store it in a server. So
You know
that
what's
fucking
funny?
You can't modify this shit.
Yeah, you could hack it to even get yourself to Tekken God Prime, right?
Yeah.
But also in Dragon Ball Fighters, they have an anti-cheat engine, so you can't do that
Yeah,
shit.
that's true.
Why can't we have that in Tekken? It's still
They,
good.
it's definitely possible, right? Like, there's a lot of things they could do, and so this is, to me, this is all like step one. Like they're trying
Yeah.
stuff out,
Yeah.
and this is like early days, right? So this is once they give us this, then the next step is like, all right, now give us the thing we should have had with that before, which is take away the local save scumming, and then et cetera, right? So season after season, improvement after improvement, we'll get there, but one step at a time.
Yeah.
Oh, we're definitely in the
I
right
mean,
direction.
Michael Murray did answer a question. Someone had asked them about this, about people disconnecting before getting demoted or anything like that.
I got that queued up.
He did indicate that they will be going after these such players for doing that, and in the highest way too, banning.
That's what he said.
Yeah.
He said they're gonna ban people. And like my question when I saw that tweet, I was like, they're gonna be banning people for DCing? I'm like, okay, like that sounds a little extreme. But then have they ever banned anyone? Like, I don't know. I don't follow Reddit and stuff to see if like people go like, damn it, I got banned from Tekken again. Like in League of Legends, there are suspension systems. Where if you're toxic, you get suspended for like weeks or a month, where you cannot play online with other people. I would like to see some kind of system like that, where if this guy keeps on rage quitting, he's suspended for a week or something. You're like, well, I'm pissed off, I hate the game. Well, come back in a week, bro.
Maybe
chill
there's
out.
going to be an option where there's going to be a report option. Maybe, right? Maybe they haven't mentioned, but like you said, this is a first step
by
going
step.
forward.
Damn,
Yeah.
somebody in the chat said can't confirm they ban you. All right, we'll see.
Wow. Really?
Well, I mean,
Wait,
Well, there was
somebody
that
said
one
that?
time
this
Michael
guy
Murray.
Lancelot492 says I got banned for desyncing.
Is that actually true? That'd be crazy.
I don't know.
But I've seen Murray ban people for rage quitting.
Like actually though, like I've heard about oh, I'm gonna ban this guy. That guy's gonna be banned. We're gonna ban this and that. But like I haven't gotten the confirmation of it. So
I mean,
we'll see.
I can't imagine him saying no fluffs about it. He's like literally the highest top dog besides Harada, right? If he says, I'm gonna ban this motherfucker for rage quitting, I'm okay, shit. Like I'm gonna believe him. Like I won't test his
I would.
powers.
You don't go in there. Motherfucker ain't gonna ban me.
Oh shit!
Motherfucker
ban.
ban.
Like maybe even the Dragon Ball Fighters implementation on how they deal with it now, because they implemented a new thing where if you rage quit too much, they ban you. They temporarily suspend you for a little while. And you keep doing it after you come back, they finna ban your ass. So maybe they'll do that. Maybe they'll do that.
I'm down.
I'm definitely
super
down.
down.
I'm actually down for that. Like at first I was saying like, yeah, man, just ban all of them. Like, man, but what if your shit just desync sometimes? Like what if they have you can't do that shit? You can't just be,
You
shoot
can't
everybody.
I like the suspension system better.
Yeah.
Because then like people can come back and you're like, do I really want to get suspended for a week again? No, I'm not gonna rage quit. So
I like that.
I think it's not a terrible option.
Yeah. A lot of good things coming out of Namco, and we're definitely going in the right direction. But I think, that's going to be it for today's topics. I kind of had one I wanted to go back on what Rip was talking about. Like about the low parry and how like back then Tekken combos were a little bit shorter and stuff. And then I was thinking about this quote that Joey Fury said. And then he said that when you look at the newer characters in Tekken 7, right? Like the brand spanking new one, Leroy Fakaram, Tekken 7 Season 3, they almost have no wasted moves, whereas a lot of the legacy characters have a shit ton of wasted moves. It's like there's almost no use for certain moves other than for like style or flash or just to shit on them or like something like that, right? It's just like I hope they do address all this stuff with the upcoming balance. I mean, we're expecting to get patch notes coming soon, any day now. So.
And don't forget, every character is gonna receive a new move.
That's what I'm also worried about. I'm actually really scared about that.
Why are you scared about that?
Because they're going to have less time to balance and try these moves out and see how it works in the whole scheme of things, right? That's what I'm worried about.
I mean, I'm interested to see why they really pointed that out, of all things, right? Like, hey, we got a new move, but then if you saw that picture of Lars and Elisa, right, if you pull it up, those are supposed to be the new moves. And they kind of glow. Is that just me?
They look like rage drives.
Lars
I thought it
is
was
a
a
rage
for
drive.
Lars.
Yeah. Elisa looks like she
Right.
has another chainsaw or flying chainsaw attack.
Yeah.
I mean, this could be the implementation, right? Because I remember playing games where, like, they legitimately, like, in Guilty Gear before they added EX moves, it was literally just an added feature where they were just like, hey, you can play this new mode, and it has EX moves in it. And then the next game that came out, and they had this mode in there for years. And then the next version that came out, the next big update, the game implemented EX moves, changed the entire system of the game, and now you had to learn something new to deal with. So you never know. This could all be a test for either something bigger, something smaller. We're definitely in that range.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Okay. I think that's about it for today. Any final thoughts on season 4? Well, anything you guys are excited about? I mean, I'm just excited about the netcode buff. Honestly, that's like number 1 for me.
Yeah, there's so many cool things coming this way, right? Like, I mean, the character thing, you know, obviously there's still another spot available afterward coming out. I think in the spring is when the second character and stage are coming. You know, like, I guess we can just really quick to say who we think it's going to be. I think it's the Yakuza guy. I'm committed.
I agree.
Guest character,
I think
one
so.
legacy,
Yeah.
one guest.
I think so.
Yeah, Namco has never said that they weren't going to release like a non-guest character anymore, but you know they did officially release that this is going to be a legacy character and another character coming out. So
So they said it's gonna be a brand new character.
no, they've never denied it. They never
okay.
denied that there was not going to be a guest character. So
Yeah, and you know, also, you know, you remember that 4 screenshots Harada posted a while ago as like a teaser, right? Like in that stage, everyone freaked out. They thought it was the Yakuza stage, whatever, because they had that Japanese convenience store in the background of it.
Mhm.
Like from those 4 shots, right? We've seen like Elisa's face is in that new artwork for the 6 million thing,
Oh, yeah.
right? So so maybe that stage that existed is actually from a stage. So to me, it's either the Yakuza stage, like that area, or it's actually T4 Shinjuku stage coming back. And if that's the stage that's coming back, right? If it's T4 Shinjuku, like what character would be associated with that?
Mm-hmm.
I see
What?
where you're getting at.
Mm-hmm.
Christy Montiero. Tekken 4, that's all I got. That's all I got. That's the only character that's not there.
She was new.
That was godlike. All right. So I think that's going to do it for today's BOOMcast. Thank you guys all for stopping by, being on this episode. And before we get to the last segment, we are not calling it Left Behind anymore. We're calling that shit bitch callings, okay?
Okay.
All right. We have reformed that, redacted that, and now we're bitch callings again. But all right, before we do that, we're going to go ahead and do the Follow Me ads. Who wants to go first?
The what?
Special guest, Tasty Steve.
Follow
Steve,
Me
what
ads.
about-
Wait.
Drop
what?
your
Let me know where to
socials.
find you,
Boom.
Steve.
Oh,
Plug
shit.
yourself.
Follow me.
Oh, yeah, I forget he's a guest, right? Like first time we had him.
_Steve on Twitter. Twitch.tv/tasty_Steve on Twitch, at tasty_Steve on Instagram, and tasty_Steve on YouTube. Yeah.
Boom.
Easy.
Well, you can definitely find me on Twitch at Suiken User. You can find me also at on Instagram at Suiken User, and on Twitter you can find me at TK Suiken.
There
Nicely
you go.
done.
And for myself, it's my Twitter's REEPAL Repaul. Then everything else is Level Up Your Game. Instagram, Twitch, and Twitter.
And everything for me, is Twitch and Twitter mainly, is the name is MYK. And all right, guys, here we go into the last segment of this episode, bitch callings. What do we got?
Dun, dun, dun. Who's been a bitch? I mean, look, we haven't done an episode in like months. I feel like there
Right.
must be something, right?
I mean, Mike sounds like he's got somebody lined up.
Yeah, somebody lined up.
I
He-
definitely
he-
he
don't.
changed the whole segment name. He must have something like that.
Right?
No, I definitely do not.
Oh,
I mean,
man.
for me,
These
it's
have been
just-
getting
it's
tough.
easy. Yeah, I mean, like, you know, nothing really tilts me that much anymore, except for the Wi-Fi supremacists. You know, and the R-word army, the R-word army, man, and the leaders of the R-word army.
Oh,
know,
shit.
Those are the only people now. That's it. That's all I got now. Everything else is cool, man. I'm chill.
That's
I
a
think
good
I'm
one.
right there with Rip. fuck all the associated people.
Wow.
Damn.
There you go. Round that shit up to the nearest dollar. There you go.
As soon as season 4 comes out, I'm dumping season 3 straight in the trash. That's my first
Just go
bitch
physically
calling.
take it out.
I'm fucking gutting that shit out of my Tekken, putting that shit
Mike,
in
what
the
are you doing?
dump.
You'll be stabbing it. I need it. Out of a
Ron
PS4.
Swanson style. Boom. Done with it.
fucking season 3.
Bitch season.
He goes back. I'm gonna need that shit back.
Oh god, that was my motherboard. That's Jesus.
I guess you know, I know, yeah, we haven't done this in a while, so I guess there was like a couple of things that happened down the line, but I guess I'm just gonna narrow it down to like just, you know, our community, Tekken community, has been an amazing community. We've been growing since season 1 and further, right? Before that, we were in Tekken Zabatsu for a long time. It was just hundreds of people, right? Now we've blown into thousands and thousands of players and, you know, fans and people that just want to compete and have fun. And I will tell you that I love this community very much because we've been seeing like men, women, children, everybody, you know, playing this game, and we've come a long way.
Hell yeah.
And we've come so far that we're not going to let toxic players come in and try to ruin our community with some bullshit. You know, you're more than welcome to come in, enjoy the game, but if you don't know what you're fucking talking about, shut the fuck up. Like, it's as simple as that. Shut the fuck up.
People doing that.
Don't bring shade up in here and think like, you know, you've been only playing this. I'm playing this game for 3 months. Oh my god, you know, this community is toxic. No, I'll tell you, there are plenty great other communities that are hella toxic, right? Ours is not one of them. Okay. So make sure you guys get your facts straight before you come
We've
over here
been
and start
trying to
emailing.
help. If you can't take the help, what the fuck can we do? Honestly. Yeah, I think that's going to do it for today's episode, guys. Thank you guys all for watching. Oh, play the music. Play the music. We're out of here. Thank you guys all for watching. Season 4.
Later, guys.
Okay.
Oh, I can't wait.
That's the God theme?
That was
Take it away, Steve. Happy birthday, Ben Chang. Also,
Happy
Yo,
birthday,
happy birthday, Ben Chang.
Happy birthday, Ben Chang. Okay, see you guys later. Peace.
see you guys. Thanks for watching.
Boom.